Hello people, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Welcome back to my channel. So, I've just been kind of chilling today, did some research for like 16 hours. So I did some yesterday and Friday night and stuff, so I'm kind of just bored and decided I'd make this video. So, over 2018 I read a lot of books, and there was a couple that kind of stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about today. Regarding disability. And so the first one will be Wonder. I think it's by R.J. Pulowski, or maybe it's J.R. I don't remember. Anyway, it's a movie and a book. So I read the book first, and then I watched the movie. And it was amazing. It really told about the whole disability thing, told the truth. It didn't spice up disability, and it wasn't like those that you always see where they want to make you feel sorry for the disabled person. It was like the truth of disability. And they also showed Via, which is August Pullman's sister. They showed her side, which I enjoyed because being a disabled person, you don't always see the sibling side of it, what it's like growing up with a person with a disability. So I like that aspect of it. I watched the movie in audio description, and I watched it at home, and it was so real that I don't want to watch it again. And if I do watch it, I want to watch alone, because I watched it at home with my family, and it made me cry. And it takes a lot to make me cry with movies. But it was so real and so true, and I just kept seeing myself in August, and it was really hard to watch, because it was so true, so real. So shout out to that author of that book. Thank you for actually telling the truth about disability. You don't often see that in literature or movies, and I really appreciate it coming from a person with a disability. That you showed everything. You showed the rudeness of kids and the goodness of kids, how they can be horrible to you but also nice. So I really appreciate that, and I apologize if the camera's shaking. My hand's kind of shaking a little bit today. And I know I have the front-facing camera mainly because there's really no point in doing the back-facing camera if I'm going to be talking. I'm not showing you guys anything. So yeah. Sorry, my voice sounds a little bit different today. I think it's allergies, and it's been really cold and really hot again. So right now it's 20 something degrees outside, and the other day it was 50. We could walk outside, which is a jacket. Now it's 20, and it's snowing and icy. So yeah, I think I'm getting allergies. Okay, so my other book, one of the other books that I read, this was over Christmas break. I read the book Blindness. I forget who the author is, but he's Portuguese, and it was translated from Portuguese to English. And so basically the whole book is that these people suddenly become blind, and the government decides to put them in an asylum, to quarantine them, and then the blindness spreads to everyone. So it's basically one of those books that we hate as a disabled person. I hate, where there's people guarding the asylum, and there's a war inside the asylum with blind people versus blind people, and there's a fire, and they get out of the asylum, these people. Turns out one of the people is not blind, it's the doctor's wife. She doesn't have a name. She's actually sighted, and so she's their leader. So they get out of the asylum, this small group of people that the story follows. They get out in the world, and everyone else is blind by this point, and the food's crazy. There's very little food, very little water, and the sighted person is the leader of the blind people. So I don't really like this book just because, well, one, it's disgusting. They talk about some really inappropriate subjects, so it's not for young readers. Also, like, what the heck? Like, blindness is not as bad as they make it seem. They make it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. And they glorify the sighted person, which I strongly dislike, because our whole point is to be equal with the sighted people, and it just kind of destroys the blind people our fight right now. It makes it seem like blind people are incapable. It does not take into account the fact that the government stopped all plumbing needs, like everything was just kind of overflowed. It doesn't take that into account. It just makes it seem like everyone's blind, so they can't function. And that's not true, because everyone knows that if you are blind or have a disability, you can function. You just need to figure out what to do and how to do it. So that wasn't a very good book, but I read the sequel. It's not really a sequel because it was written by another person. It's like the blind person's view of it, so I really enjoyed it. It's called The Sight Sickness. And it's basically about blind people who went in to the asylums with the other blind people. The blind people that went in were actually like already blind, so they kind of knew some stuff. They went in to help the people that had gone blind. So they came in and helped them, tried to, and it just failed. So the sight sickness takes place after blindness. And it's like giving the story of blind Americans and what they think, because the story took place in another unnamed country. So they have to figure out what to do. So these people from America, they go over and capture the government leaders who are now sighted, because everyone turned sighted after that. Some people did. A lot of people died during the blindness episode, and some people were permanently blind, but the government just sort of pushed it off. They said, "Oh well, whatever. There's nothing we can do about it, you know." So these people from America came over to this country, and they captured the government officials that originally made the thing where people would be rounded up and quarantined, and they put them in this room, and they gave them canes and all this blindness techniques, and they said, "Okay, so would you be okay with living blind?" So they all think that they're going to get their eyes gorged out, and they're going to be blind permanently, and that wasn't the point. The point was that blindness is okay. It's not going to kill you. You're going to be fine. So the government officials think that they're going to be blind permanently. They have to wear kind of like sleep shades, but like bandages over their eyes, because sleep shades are too easy to get off. And they train them into ways to be blind. So I don't want to ruin the book for you, but if anyone's you have to read Blindness first, and blindness is really hard as a blind person to read just because it's so offensive. I mean, they don't even have names. Like, they just have like the doctor, the doctor's wife, the young boy, the old couple. You know, they don't have names, and that really bothers me, because they said that blind people only think of people as voices, so there's no point in having names. And that's wrong. As a blind person, everyone has a name. Voices, yes, I don't imagine bodies with voices. Like, you know, I don't know if you have like long hair, stringy hair. I don't know. It doesn't matter. To me, yes, you're a voice, but you have a body. I just don't care what it looks like. And you have a name, so I care more about the name than the body. I don't care if you're like skinny, fat, brown-eyed, purple-eyed. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because you're a person. You have a name, and you have a voice. So, the sight sickness is really good. I like how they kind of make it like in your face to the Portuguese author. I mean, it was really good. I enjoyed it, the way they wrote it. It wasn't as harsh as what it could have been. So I appreciate that. But needless to say, no one gets killed in the sight sickness book. In blindness, people do get killed. And it's bad. So, I'm trying to think of other books that I've read that have portrayed disability in either a positive or negative light. Over this past year, let's see. Trying to think of some. None are really coming to me. So, yeah, I mean, they were decent books. Wonder was like the best in the world. It was so real, and the audio description of the movie never described what he looked like. So I don't know what a facial deformity would look like. I've never felt someone's face. I wouldn't ask that. Just because it's, I don't feel people's faces. People in other places do. I was talking to a girl from Pakistan a couple days ago. She was telling me that she works with blind people and they feel her face sometimes. I said, well, I don't do that. Some people do, but I don't. A lot of my friends that I have that are blind don't do that either. So we won't feel your face. That'd be weird. Well, not weird, but we just don't do it in America. Or I don't know if they do in other countries, but yeah. Yeah, so the media kind of makes disability exploited. They take advantage of it. We just want to be regular people. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.